Hello. Then we are going to introduce a very important part is about writing the paper. Writing the paper is a very good things for you to structure your idea, and based this structure, you can have your paper will uh, result, and also you can have this result to better to have the paper present and published. So you need to write in paper with the right way. So I'm going to introduce the typical outlines. And just as I said, for different journals, the preference will become a little bit different. But it's fine for you. You need to have the typical outlines, and then you need to add extra part that will be fine for you. So the most important thing is do not plagiarize because the plagiarize is more important part for you because this is the someone's idea is most important. You cannot copy that, and you can talk with others to generate your idea on, but do not copy others because if you copy others, that will be a very important critical issue for you to for the future life. So, and the second is do not copy someone others words because the similarity check for the paper recently is very they got a lot of system to check it special for the submission systems, and you can we got the two things in this part. The first is the similarity, then the second part is what's the what's the result about the duplicated. So the two things are a little bit quite different, but will be checked when the submission process in the beginning because the first is the submission check will we will check the similarities when we focus on this the first part. It was the how to evaluate this part and how to find which is the similar with other published papers. And the second is duplications. That means we want to check who will submit his paper and his like the manuscript with in the same time with the different journals. And these two things very critical. This is very bad for authors to do that. So do not do it because the system will check very soon. So don't do that in the future. And the third part is do not republish your own work with some minor changes. Like if you have some paper you use this with the software on the different area, but the writing should be different. So this is not good for you. You use to republish your own work, and you need to copy yourself. This is not good also as well. So you need to check it in advance, then to better to do not do the same things as well. Then the paper will be rejected and you may be banned from submitting paper to journal if you are caught these things. So you need to very this is the most red line for you to submit the paper. And then before that, after these results, we can have the like the typical outlines you mentioned about because we usually got the 5 or 6 part. Usually, recently the discussions will be become an individual part. Recently in the paper, but it depends. Usually, if you is the depends on your key papers. So it's better for you to find which one is the best way for you to find the typical outlines. So the first thing is the introduction. Introduction, you need to mention about what's this good start about what is the background, what's the methodology, the previous studies, and what's the problem, and you need to identify the research arms. And this is the most important things in the introduction. And the second part is sometimes is the literature review. And the literature reviews uh, this is the what have other done. Then some of the paper introduction will include in the literature review. It depends on the writing style and the structure of the paper. So you need to check out seriously with the introduction is included or not. If not, you need to have the literature review part in the second part. Also, sometimes some of the like the IEEE, the second part is the fundamental, and fundamental is about the problem and the background definition about this part. So this is will depends on the second part. And the third is the overview the proposed methodology. This is the quite important about what's the methodology you want to propose, and also you can have the theory, and or you can have the case study with the discussions. So that is several ways you care about with the results. And someone might be curious about what's the difference with the series. Actually, if you focus on the machine learning methodology in industrial engineering, you can use the first. What's my suggestion is about the first part is the introduction, and the second part is the literature review, and the third part is is the what's the you propose the methodology. And the fourth part is regarding to the empirical study. That means you use some data and use the real case that to prove your methodology, and to say that you got the implemental about the industrial problem, and also you got some results is good to prove what you have done, and what's the new ways. And you can use the new algorithms as well to find what is the key terms you want to focus on and mention about. And the full part is about if you have the results, and you can have the implements and with the discussions about what is the theoretical contribution, what is the industrial contribution, and what is the real uh, key insight from that. And now, and the last part is the conclusions. And conclusion, you got to mention about two things. The first is what's your contribution, and the second is what is your limitation and the future works in the next steps. That is quite typical for you to write in a paper in about the machine learning in industrial engineering. Also is related to the artificial intelligence as well, because the artificial intelligence will is the quite a range about machine learning is including machine learning was included is about the learning mechanism. So this for this part, I think this is easy for you to find what should the key terms, and you need to focus on, and then your care. So the introduction is the most important thing is about the will support motivations for you, because you want if you want to think about what is the you have done, and what's your paper about you are care about. This was about you need to have the will papers, and the nature of the paper contribution should be made clear within the first 10 to 15% of the paper. So you need to mention about the motivation, also the contribution. What's your contribution? What's the your significance of the proposed research? That's quite important for you to use the structure, and also you got this data to have the contribution. So what's my suggestion about the introduction? I suggest that not too many structures. Like you can have the some like 3 or 4 parts. And the first is about the introduction, about the background, and this is what is the problem, and what is the significant, what is the most important things you mentioned about the part. And the second part is the motivation. That means what's the why you need to do so, and what's based on this do so, what you can get from that. And the third part is about the your proposed approach and about the research arms. And the fourth part is about the structure of the paper. It's usually is this part you can mention about. So this is the first good. If you got a good introduction, that means you are good and in the family. And we'll keep going, introduce the next step in the future. Thank you.